وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا.
I love to come sit out here because I love to hear the water running from the pool. And if you look off in the distance, there's also a little river. And it just calms me down every time I see water. So this is part of healing for me. It's just any piece of nature. Sometimes just going outside anywhere. So for myself, I really focus every day on what I can do that is calming and peaceful and centering. And one thing I like to do is just sit quietly by myself in a beautiful space. And sometimes I'll write, and I wanted to share something with you that are really, it's not poetry, just some thoughts that I had. It's really rough, but this is not about being perfect. This is about healing. So, as I can find it, and this is a thing too, that I just have this empty, very cheap notebook, and every now and then when I feel inspired, or have some thoughts that I just want to get out, I just write them in here with a pencil. Sometimes there's pictures, and I don't worry about how it comes out. It's just my thoughts. Sometimes it flows, sometimes it's choppy, but it has helped so much, and it's a consistently helpful thing. So if you're feeling any kind of stress or anxiety or just something negative, something that's heavy on you, I encourage you to try this. Just write it. And no one needs to read it, but okay, so these are some thoughts I was having last night, and I just jotted them down. Breath. Adam was made from clay, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala breathed or blew the ruh into him, alayhi salam. So when we die, it isn't that we stop breathing, then the heart stops. It's the heart stops first, and last your breath leaves. Is the breath entangled with the soul? Is the soul free form, fluid, with an elegant sway? Is it sprinkled with dust and mist from the clay of the body? And does it mesmerize with soft colors like the rainbow? Does it soar like the white seagulls over the Bosphorus Strait in Turkey? Is it stagnant in size? Does it grow and fan out bigger than beyond its physical body, beyond its clay vase? Does it sometimes shrivel and cower down inside this clay pot space? Is it illuminated, reflecting the light from the Quran we recite or read? Is it refreshed from salah, like the body from a tall cucumber mint drink? How sensitive is it to the environment, our actions and thoughts? How intertwined is it with the flesh? And does our dua make it grow to reach the sky, grow taller, extending to the heavens, to plea our supplication to the Most High? Does it become entangled with our Zoj, our spouse? Because Allah said He made us in pairs, azwajukum. Because it hurts as if something is being torn when you speak of separation. Just as a mother feeds her babies from her own milk, does a part of her spirit remain attached to her child? Because when they're away, she feels a part of herself has flown away. Beyond the umbilical cord, their spirit is attached to hers, and she stands there watching her son soar, catching the wind, like she's flying kites, knowing the further she lets their string run, the higher they can soar, crying when they lose the wind and almost crash, running to cheer them back and help uplift them to catch that wind again. Is it strengthened with Islamic knowledge of the Deen? Is it cleansed when we utter the truth? Is it caressed by the sound of the Quran recited with tartil, tajweed? Is it awakened or come to attention at the call of the adhan? Is it agitated when we delay our salah? Can it become a fortress with diamond-made shields and armor impenetrable by sihr or hasad? Maybe can it maybe become weak to all attacks, providing no defense? When it has an imbalance, we see it in our practice of Islamic geometry. Our hands and eyes, our mind cannot coordinate to create symmetry. Not because of a lack of fine motor skills, but because deep inside, some part of our ruh is ill. It is off-center, and as we use our breath to correct that unsymmetrical shape that came from inside us onto that paper, reflecting what's going on inside ourselves, and all the emotional labor, we focus with humility, patience, erase, redraw, recalculate, remeasure, and as we correct what our ruh produced outside, recognizing it is simply communicating what's going on inside, we feel the return to balance inside this clay vase, and the breath flows that much more at ease. And with my practice of calligraphy, it is the soul that is moving this hump of clay to accomplish this feat. When the placement of the letter is not at the suitable place or frame, I know it's some part of me running from being still, being honest and real with myself. The more truthful we are, or I am with myself, my nafs, the better my calligraphy is produced. Once you've truly mastered an art or anything in life, it means you've gained or learned to control yourself. And now the true practice can begin, where you are actually now refining yourself and truly refining your art, rather than working on correcting so much that has gone wrong inside. Imagine how society is holding us back from developing our spirits that use their bodies and energy and this amazing technology that is the mind to both refine our souls and then to create a better society for others to flourish in. Rather, we're bombarded with messaging to focus on feeding the clay pot and starving the soul, harming the spirit with daily imagery of sin and constantly being directed by commercials, Instagram, Facebook, to focus on our clothes, makeup, and everything no deeper than the skin. All those earthy, fleshy things weigh us down, Let them go. Let them go and keep ourselves physically and mentally light, because our breath, our soul is yearning to soar into flight. Do you hear someone cheer and egging you on? Look back at your mothers. You didn't realize you're someone else's kite. So, those are just some thoughts I had floating around last night. And I know I'm just, echoing what has been said in so much far more profound ways. But this isn't about being perfect. This is about expressing yourself. And this is not about me. This is about all of us, like all of humanity. So many people are hurting, and hurting deep inside, and doing everything that doesn't heal, covering things up, so to speak, like adding more clay to what we already have of the flesh, rather than going in there and reshaping and remolding and putting it back together the way Allah had actually intended it to be, or first created you. So I'm gonna say Assalamu alaikum and end this, but I hope that this encourages someone to express themselves, and you can do it anonymously. You can write in your own notebook, go outside and just sit. And the more you sit with nature, just get fresh air, the more thoughts will flow. Everything will just flow better, and those stresses and anxieties will slowly fade away just like the clouds.